Hey, how's it going? So a few weeks ago, I set a goal on my skiller to unlock the best consistent free-to-play moneymaker. However, this method has a very high requirement, which is 99 smithing, and this method is making the following 3-bar rune items: rune 2 hands, rune plate legs, and rune plate skirts. We're grinding up my skiller and members, so that way by the time I lose membership, I will never have to worry about maintaining a bond, and I'll always be able to make consistent money. If you want a more in-depth explanation on why this method will always make money, then check out episode 1, and that's where I go over all of that. In the last video, we did the tourist trap quest, which unlocked the ability to smith dart tips, and those are pretty much a break-even item, and we'll be making those all the way up until 99 smithing, which is when we're going to start making the 3-bar rune items for profit. But now we are finally ready to start making dart tips, so with that being said, let's get into this video, and I hope you enjoy. The very first mithril darts of many, many more to come. 50 XP each. That is such a nice improvement over the 37.5 XP we're getting per steel bar that we were using. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. And there is the last of the 5,000 mithril bars used up. We have 50,000 mithril dart tips. I actually haven't even checked the prices at all to see the difference between the dart tips and the mithril bars. So let's go to the GE, sell these off, and we'll check to see how much money we made or lost out of these 5,000 mithril bars. Okay, they sold right away for about 4.7 mil. So if we check the history, we bought for 4.625 mil, and we sold it all for 4.689 mil. So we profited about 64k from doing this, which this isn't meant to be done for money. This is meant to be as AFK as possible to get smithing XP. So we're going to go ahead and keep on buying more mithril bars and keep on going. The next goal that we're going to work towards is getting the level requirement to make adamant dart tips, and that's going to be at level 74. So not too far off now. In case you didn't know, every 7 levels is double the XP from the previous requirement. So for example, the next level is level 64 at 407k, which means 7 levels past that, level 71, is going to be 814k. But level 74 is about 1.1 mil XP, so give another day or two and we'll be at 74 and ready to move on to the Addy dart tips. Sex. Something I realized that I didn't explain before is why I have the noted bars in my inventory, and the answer is pretty simple. The reason is because you can unnote them on the banker, and because we're making an item that stacks, we don't have to worry about depositing anything into the banker, running out of inventory space or whatever, and this works for any stackable item that you're smithing. So whether it's dart tips or arrowheads or unfinished bolts, you could do this with any of those items. So if you use the bar right here on the banker, you can just press 1 to unnote them. And something else that I want to point out is that it's specifically important to use it on the banker and not just the bank booth. And the reason for that is right now you can see I'm 2 tiles away from the banker, but I could still use the mithril bar to bank or to unnote them. Whereas if I try to use it on the bank booth, I have to go 1 more tile ahead. So by unnoting the bars on the banker, I could essentially save a tick by doing it that way. So I'll kind of show you. Pretend I'm smithing an inventory of the bars right here, and I just finished up. I can use it on the banker, right click the anvil, press 1 right there, and not even have to stop. So obviously I'm not trying to be the most efficient person if I'm doing dart tips, but it's kind of fun to do. Every time I finish up an inventory, I always try to get perfect like that. And you could challenge yourself to learn how to do that too. Become an efficient skiller like me. Just kidding, by the way, you could also do it on the bank booth as well, but I'm just more used to doing it on the banker, I guess. Wait, that sounds weird. Look at my username. It looks like it says boy. That'd be such a sick name. I wish I get my name to be boy. It's just when you type a bunch of numbers and letters in the chat, it just cuts the name off. But yeah, that'd be, dude, I freaking want that name. As a little kid, when I was free to play, before I ever got membership, I always thought smithing was the coolest skill in free to play, and getting 70 would have been completely out of my head, something I never thought I could ever get. Freaking being able to smith mithril would have been insane to me. And now here I am, casually in like a day or two of playing, getting level 70 smithing, which also means we can now smith Addy, and I don't know, just a really weird feeling of how easy it is nowadays. I think what it is that now that we're older, we have kind of a different mindset. We're not so naive about the game. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. Maybe it could be. But a lot of people, I think, are more focused on efficiency in the game rather than just kind of exploring, having fun, not really knowing what the best methods are and how to determine opportunity cost and stuff like that. But man, level 74 is coming very, very soon. Oh man, today is a great day. This should give us another Slayer level once we use that. Level 11 Slayer now. Heck yes. Oh my god, dude, it's like not even 2 hours later and we got another book of knowledge. So let's use that once again in Slayer, and we should get another level, level 12 Slayer. This is the new meta for training low level Slayer, I'm convinced. It's just a number. It's not funny. There's no funny jokes. It's dead. It's old. It's a stale meme. Stop it. You're not original. I bought the exact amount of bars that we would need to get to this next milestone here, 74 smithing. As I mentioned before, we can now smith Addy dart tips. And I already bought 2,000 Addy bars, so I believe they profit as well, just how the mithril bars do. So I have 2,000 in the bank. We're going to make all 2,000 into dart tips and sell the 2,000 bars worth of dart tips back, and I think we'll be profiting a little. It'll be interesting to find out. So, let's get back to smithing. The mithril bars gave 50 smithing XP each, and now these Addy bars give 62.5 smithing XP each. That's 17%, 27% increase. Wait, is it 25% increase? It sounds like a lot, but I think that's what it is. I think it's a 25% increase over doing the mithril bars. That's very nice, actually. So just finished making the 2,000 Addy bars into 20,000 Addy dart tips and sold them all off. And if we look at the history here, we bought the Addy bars for 4,226,000 and we sold the dart tips for 4,360,000. So we made like 134k profit off of that. And it took like what, maybe 2 hours, I think? So that's like what, 65k GP per hour profit? Not bad, considering all the XP that we're getting. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to show. I think the next milestone is going to be at level 89 smithing. That's when we can make rune dart tips. So until then, I think we're just going to be grinding away, making Addy dart tips. So episode 1 just went out a few hours ago, and I was informed by a couple people in the comments that World 308, by the anvils here in Varrock, this is where all the alkers buy and sell in bulk. And apparently, because the buy limit is only 40, buyers are able to buy in bulk because this is where people sell their rune 3-bar items. And then people who are selling get a better price because they're able to buy in bulk and get more convenient for them. So obviously we're a bit farther away, but I just hopped right now. And it's pretty clear that this is the case. This is actually what's going on here. And I can tell that by all the alkers that are here. There are just so many people standing around alking. And I'm assuming that people either hop to this world to sell to the alkers, or maybe everyone who's here who's smithing are the people who are making the 3-bar rune items. But we're pretty far away from that right now. Currently only level 80, so we got quite a ways to go. But it's cool to like see what's going on here. I had no idea that this whole thing here existed, so it's pretty cool. Let's go back to the homeworld. Okay, guys, we got a Slayer music here, and apparently he's a very busy person doing Slayer music things. Oh yeah, we got another genie lamp. Here we go. Use that on Slayer as usual. And we have lucky number level 13 Slayer now. Oh hey, didn't even notice 84 smithing, which means we reached a huge milestone. 400 total level on the skiller. Not very impressive since I'm not training many skills, but just thought I would point that out. I do plan on doing dart tips all the way to 99, but at level 88, that does give us the ability to smith Addy plate bodies. And Addy plate bodies are like 2 GP per XP, so it's not that expensive from where we're at now. It's like 8.7 mil XP, which would be like 17 mil GP. If I did want to do that to 99, which would be a lot faster than doing dart tips. Like way faster, like probably like 4 or 5 times faster. So I might switch over to that at some point if I get like really impatient or something. For now, I'm okay though. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. We're going to keep on making Addy dart tips. And once we get one more level, 89, that'll be rune dart tips. It'll be even slightly faster then. I am really confused right now. I just got the frog random. And there's only one frog. There's no other frogs or no frog princess to talk to. It's literally just the one frog. That is very confusing. Talk about a missed opportunity for fashion skate, man. I've been rocking these slave robes, which probably isn't the best choice. It's a good way to not get mugged though, because that way the muggers know you don't have much money on you. Doesn't actually work, by the way. And there it is, 89 smithing. We can now smith rune dart tips. I kind of accidentally bought like way too many Addy bars. I wasn't even thinking about how close we were to 89. But I'm just going to sell these off. I'll take a bit of a loss if I have to. And we're going to buy runite bars now and make a little upgrade for the XP per hour. Oh, that's so funny. We actually profited. We bought the Addy bars for 2,049 and sold them off for 2,060. You know what? I think instead of the skiller being a smither, I think we should make it into a flipper. Not really. I actually don't like flipping. I don't know how to flip. I don't really care to flip. I like gaining XP. Experience points make the world go round. The Addy bars give you 62.5 XP each compared to the rune bars, which give you 75 XP each. And I was doing the math. That is 20% more than the Addy bars were giving. And if we go over here and do a quick price check, look at the profit margins on this. So we're profiting like 200 to 300 each. These buy for a little bit over that. That's still really, really good, a lot better than the Addy bars, where the only issue is that I can't buy as many bars at once, so I'll have to do a lot more trips to the GE. I might put some more money on here later, I will show you if I do, but for now I'm just going to do this because I don't feel like logging on to my other account right now, as lazy as that sounds. I also got a new mic, by the way, if you couldn't tell the last couple clips. New microphone, very happy with it. Hope you guys like it too. Okay, got some bad news here. So apparently these dart tips don't sell for as much as I thought they would. So in the last 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes or so of smithing these dart tips, we made about 15K profit. So yeah, not too bad, right? We're in it for the XP. Yeah, so I realized I don't want to run back and forth to the GE every like 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm taking a small loan of 30 million GP from this Mudkip guy over here. Very nice of him, and we'll be sure to pay him back. See ya, idiot! We reached some pretty big milestones on the skiller today, and we've unlocked the last item that we're going to be making for the final push to 99 smithing.